The story of the Brazil national team, the story of the number 10 jersey from Yokohama Gold to the Dream of America. Chapter 1. The Japanese Platforms League in Yokohama, 2002. In 2002, the planet Earth was spinning to the rhythm of Samba on the South Continent on a warm Japanese night in the city of Yokohama. The world was witnessing the role of human creativity in football. It was a golden generation that never was and never will be repeated. Its place in the history of the round ball. Ronaldo, the phenomenon, with his strange tuft of hair and his injured knee that medicine transformed. And Ronaldinho with his enchanting smiles that turns violence into dance. Rivaldo with his deadly calm. Behind them, the captain Cafu and Roberto Carlos cutting through the fields like golden human whirlwinds when the referee...
When the
referee blows the final whistle against Germany, Ronaldo scored the two famous goals. He knelt down crying. He wasn't crying for an individual victory, but was declaring to the world that Brazil is the crowned queen of the game with 5 titles. That night, the little child in the poor neighborhoods of Rio de Janeiro slept, knowing that he would wear that yellow jersey one day. The second chapter, the dry truth. 2022, after Azonteta, that legendary summer, everyone thought Brazil's neglect would continue to inspire. But football took its harsh turn and Brazil entered a dark tunnel. Huge expectations, financial pressures, so 2006, the magical Brazilian generation, Kaká, Lourenço, Adriano, Lorando falls before the realism of France, the creativity of the 2014 generation. The 2014 generation never waited for the championship on their home soil. The epic turned into a human tragedy on the night of 7-1, a gasp against Germany on their land, a night when the entire mother cried. Brazilian childhood was deeply shocked. 2022, a Neymar tears in Qatar after the dramatic exit against Croatia in the penalty shootout seemed to mark the end of the current generation's era without achieving a big dream over more than 2 decades. The Brazilian team transformed from a team that terrified opponents to just a name, to a team searching for its lost identity amidst the forests. Chapter 3.
The era of anticipation and change, 2016, 2024.
Reaching the present, there is a description of the year 2016. Brazil is no longer that invincible dominant force. Qualified for the World Cup after the South American qualifiers despite numerous changes and setbacks in the coaching staff and Brazilian press. January in São Paulo did not experience a state of anxiety mixed with hope. There is no longer Ronaldo, Rivaldo or Neymar ceiling or 5 with injury frame. But on the other hand, there is new blood running in the veins of the young Seleção nurtured on the legacy of the 2002 generation. They carry in their nature the genes of challenge. Vinicius Jr., who transformed from a child criticized to a fierce beast in European fields with the weapon of speed and deadly skill, and Rafinha, the calm one with sharp features and decisive in critical moments, Endrick, the wonder boy whom Brazilians see as the legitimate heir to Pelé and the phenomenon Ronaldo. Chapter 4, the unknown era.
The start in America as the Brazilian team set foot on American soil. It seems in an atmosphere different from any previous World Cup. Bitterness entered Brazil. The tournament is the absolute first favorite, and this beginning may be its own large budget.
Investigate the other from the candidate's eye without error. On the other hand, there is a strange numerical difference that amazes us all in a temporal direction.
The current 24 years without any title is the longest in their modern history. It goes back to the historical gap that passed between the title.
Before the generation of Romario explodes and brings the world back to one opinion, will history rewrite itself and the same numbers in the room of
closed doors? He acknowledges their current value. The young players wait because of the 5 fresh stars above the emblem. The Brazilian Federation, that just left them knowing that history is unforgiving, standing in the middle of the road, the future of a day within multiple days. A story whose final chapter has not yet been written on the upcoming green grass. You have not yet decided the final fate, but the only certain thing is that when the Brazilian national anthem is played in their first match in this setting, these 11 players will stand behind it. America, will Brazil, will they win the World Cup?